Now joining us is the Australian War Memorial Director, Matt Anderson. Matt, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. 30,000 people at the dawn service in Canberra this morning. What a number.
It was a wonderful thing to welcome so many people back to the nation's capital and to the Australian War Memorial. Really, really pleased.
What do you put that down to, Matt?
Oh, look, I think, Peter, for the last 3 years we've been encouraging people to gather in spirit instead of in person, through the pandemic. And I think this is the day of the year that Australians genuinely want to gather together. They want to commemorate together. There is something about this show of solidarity, of support, of community, to thank all of those who, for most days of the year, quietly move amongst us. And on this day of the year, we shine a spotlight on all of those, men and women who have served, and people just want to say thanks.
And we, of course, do say thank you to those who are watching, servicemen and women who have taken part in wars, bygone wars. Thank you for your service, folks. Young faces, Matt. We're seeing a few more of those as well. You must be encouraged by that.
Well, it is lovely. I mean, ultimately, they often talk about the passing of the torch to the youth. The youth are the ones who have got to keep this alive. And I think that was the thing today, looking at so many generations involved in the various groups that we saw. And the kids are the custodians, the kids are the holders of our future. And if we can actually pass on to them the lessons of all those who have served and gone before them, then I think we'll be richer for a country if the kids of today understand those lessons, understand what's been done in their uniform, in their name, often on foreign shores. We'll be richer if they just keep the torch flying.
We see the medals on your chest there, Matt. Who are you remembering today?
Well, I mean, I was blessed with being an army officer a long time ago. As my son reminds me, it was last century. I just always think of the people that I've had the honour of serving with, whether it's on peacekeeping duties, whether it was the people that the peaceful years, those years when people just train very, very hard. And today, the people I'm remembering today will be those who served in Somalia 30 years ago. Here in Canberra, we will honour by having them lead the parade those who served in Operation Solace and Iguana in terribly difficult circumstances in Somalia 30 years ago. So today, they are the focus of my attention, but anyone who's worn this nation's uniform, anyone who's put themselves in harm's way, are those who I will give thanks for today and pause and just make sure that here at the Australian War Memorial they're honoured.
And it's also just finally here, Matt, war isn't ever present. There are wars that are taking place right now. We had the Defence Strategic Review, the declassified version that was released yesterday. All a reminder that we have seen wars in the past and we will likely continue to see them in the future.
Well, that's right. I'm very struck that when Lord Gowrie, VC, Victoria Cross winner from the Boer War, was our Governor-General, opened this place in 1941. And he said the whole point of the Australian War Memorial is that when people leave here, they should utter never again. But as we know, cruelly, this was conceived as a First World War memorial that was opened in the midst of the Second World War. Yeah. And by 1950, we said this is going to be the war memorial for all wars. So I don't think we've seen the end of wars, but certainly here at the Australian War Memorial, we're going to honour all of those who have served this nation in peace and in war and give thanks to them.
Yeah, and one of the great buildings of the country, I have to say. Matt, thank you for your service and thank you for your time today.
Good on you, Peter, and thanks for your interest. Really appreciate it.
That's Matt Anderson there, the Australian War Memorial Director with us.